Welcome back to the second part of the series where we will look at declaring variables. Now, a variable is simply a container used to store data, and it can be any of the different data types available, such as strings, numbers, booleans, and symbols. But a link will be placed in the description to a GitHub repository where you can find all the data types listed in JavaScript. Now, in this section, we will be looking at the var keyword, and var stands for variable, and it is used to declare variables either globally scoped or function scoped. Now, you don't really need to focus too much on what global or function scope means at the moment. You just need to understand that var is used to declare variables along with the other two keywords, let and const. So just ignore this right here. Let me just comment this out. So let's ignore that for now, and let's look at this. So let's say I want to declare a variable called number. I would do so by saying var number with a semicolon. The semicolon is used to indicate when that line of code is finished. It is optional, but I prefer to use it. So var number, and then let's say we want to assign something to this declared variable. We would use the assignment operator, which is the equal sign, and I want to assign the number 10. And there we go. 10 has been assigned to number, or to the variable number. Now 10 or number is not equal to 10, but it is assigned 10. We will get to learn exactly why that is so later when we're looking at the different operators in JavaScript, but for now just understand that 10 is assigned to the variable number. Now let's just comment this out and look at these two examples right here. So let me just, okay, so var cat name is assigned to Kitty, right? Kitty is assigned to cat name, and notice we have quotes around Kitty because Kitty is a string. But as I said, you can look in the link to find the GitHub repository where I explain the different data types, and you will understand everything a bit more clearly. And then down here I assign whiskers to cat name, so the same variable, just a different assignment. Now the var keyword, what happens when you use the var keyword is that if you declare a variable somewhere, then you declare it somewhere else in the code, then what happens is that the second declaration will take precedence over the first declaration. So if I do a console.log, it will print out whiskers to the console, and the console is just a tool you can use to print out your code so you can know exactly what's happening, where you go wrong, and see your errors. So yeah, that's pretty much that for the var keyword. Oh well, actually I want to you guys to notice something as well. So when we use the assignment operator, we're actually initializing that variable. So you declare, and let's go right here, and I declare this, but now equals 10, or we are using the assignment operator, which is the equal sign, and then the number 10 is initializing that variable. To initialize simply means to add a value to the variable, because remember, variables store data, and that data is essentially the value. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the var keyword. Next we will be looking at let and const and how they differ from var. So let's look at how we can declare variables using the let keyword. So let simply allows us to declare variables that are limited to the scope of a block statement or expression, and we'll touch a bit more on that later. But for now, just look at these examples of how we can use let, similar to how we use var. So instead of having var, we have let. Simple as that. Now we can also declare variables in the same line separated by a comma, and this isn't unique to var, to let alone, sorry, but we can use other keywords like var. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, let me go on to explain the last concept actually. So here we have a function, and again, don't worry about functions, we'll touch on them later. But for now, you just need to understand the concept of let. So we have a function, find x, and in that function we've declared x to be 1, and then I have another parentheses open, and within this we have let x equal 2. Now the scope would, or to understand the scope, let me just do a quick console log. So let me say node, and this I can run the code on my browser or in my editor because I'm using Node.js, and I'll just show you, I'll link a video in the description on how you can get Node.js and how you can use it. So node, and let me just provide the path, which is this, and let me just do a console log real quick. Okay, so we see 2 because this console log is in the same scope, or this variable x is in the same scope right here. But however, let's say I want to just comment this out and go right here. So I'm saying console log x up here, and let's go here, do something. We get 1 because this 2 is now out of scope. The scope that takes precedence is actually up here, which is the 1, and that's basically how let differs from 1, and it will be the same. So if I defined a variable outside of the function, or if I declared the variable outside of the function and then I try to console log it in the function itself, then it would not read because the variable would be declared globally and not within the scope of the function. So I hope that cleared up some stuff for you. Just in case it didn't, I will link other videos that you can watch as well to explain how the let keyword works. But yeah, that's it for now. Moving on to const. Okay, so let's look at the const keywords. Const is used to declare constants, as the name suggests, constants, or simply put, variables that don't change. And now we have examples. So const gravity is whatever, 9.81, const boiling point 100, it should be 100 degrees Celsius, and const pi 3.14. so value of const don't change. So for example, let me do const pi equals 10, and you see down here my terminal, I'm getting an error. Let me just go back here, let me just do node, bam, run that. Before I can do that, let me just do a console. Okay, we get the error, but it says the identifier pi has already been declared. So let me just delete this, and let me show you guys a different way. Let me just go down here as well and do clear terminal, and right here we have a number declaration using const. So let's say number is 40, and we have a simple try catch block. Now Again, we will explore all of these concepts later on, but for now we're just using it to understand the concept of const, right? So const number is 40, and in this try block we're declaring number to be 100. So let me just do console.log error and enter. This is a type error assignment to the constant variable, and that's because we are trying to reassign the value, which is 100, to the variable number. But because we're using a constant variable, it can never change. So use const for the variables that you don't want to change. This will save you a lot of time and save you from a lot of problems in the future. So let me just remove this. Let me just go here, go like so, and comment this out, and then say console.log number, and go down here and say node file path, enter, and we see number is equal to 40. So I hope that clears up any issues you guys have with varlet and const. Again, I will be linking a video in the description to show you guys the difference between these keywords.